There is a subtle new Verdansk Easter egg added to DMZ with Season 3 Reloaded, hinting at the potential that one day we will actually revisit Verdansk in some way, shape, or form in Modern Warfare 2. I'm really excited to make this video, so be sure to stay tuned to the end because we have a lot to talk about, but this all began with the Season 3 Reloaded update for DMZ, where it's introduced some new barter recipes as part of a massive multi-map spanning Easter egg to unlock the rarest item in the game. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I uploaded a guide for it yesterday. You can watch all about it in a pop-up banner above or in the description below after this video. One of those 3 items that you need to build, which is incredibly difficult, is to create a Bunker 11 keycard. Now, straight away, anyone that is a fan of Warzone and Verdansk since the very beginning will remember that Bunker 11 is the name of the secret bunker that you open by doing an Easter egg on Verdansk. Once completed, the bunker doors will open, allowing you to go inside where there were a ton of mysteries. There was text scribbled on the walls saying to resume cover, await further instructions. There was a computer where you could reboot the computer systems, and then if you crawled through a tunnel, you got into a narrow hallway where if you pressed the shiny red button would clear some gas, revealing a nuclear warhead. Throughout the entirety of the Verdansk storyline in Warzone, this never went anywhere. With Modern Warfare 2 continuing on the storyline from that several years later, we're now seeing a Bunker 11 keycard appear in DMZ, and even if we look at the description for this keycard, it says that this is an old keycard that seemed to be damaged after some accident. Now, what accident happened in Verdansk where we had a Bunker 11? Well, Verdansk got completely destroyed, and that was no accident. But to me, the very existence of a keycard being labeled as Bunker 11 is too suspicious for it not to be related to the Bunker 11 in Verdansk. Thinking about it right now, if Verdansk was to exist in Modern Warfare 2 and for us to see it, we would see it in a post-nuclear version. And obviously, the bunkers in Verdansk were constructed to survive the aftermath of a nuclear blast. Now, the addition of this Bunker 11 keycard only enhances the idea that people had from the beginning of Building 21's launch that it might be located in Verdansk. And the reason why people thought this is at first, community members like ModenasHD noticed that when you have the little mini-map in the top left that you have when you first spawn into a game, it shows you a crater in which Building 21 was created on top of. Mini-map image shows you an aerial view of this area, which almost looks like a HVAC plant. Should be essential for life to exist because they would need this to filter out any pollutants from the air, from the nuclear fallout, and to circulate fresh oxygen within the complex. On top of that, if you overlay this minimap image, you can see that there are 2 forks of roads that look like connect into Building 21, and if you overlay this exactly around a certain part of Verdansk, they suspiciously line up better than you would imagine them to be. And this area is pretty close to where the rocket hits in the cutscene where we see Verdansk get destroyed. Now, things spice up even more with this Building 21 theory, as redacted tier 4 and 5 gives us an actual insight and hint towards where Building 21 is located, as intel shows that Building 21 is connected to the new Koshai complex in Al Mazrah via a large series of connecting tunnels. If we look at this intel, it's written by someone called Mikhail and is written in Russian. It speaks in past tense about Building 21 as a new center for our work back in the homeland, suggesting that Building 21 is actually in Russia. It mentions later on that we can build a compound of research buildings. Building 21 is a research center. The Koshai complex is also labeled as a research center, but then mentions at the end that underground they will build a large connecting series of tunnels where the real work could commence. Now, the legend on Twitter known as Killer Stitch has a great theory here, as within Bunker 11 itself on Warzone, we could get inside of it and there was a ton of secrets, but there was always another bunker door which could not be opened under any circumstance. The keypad didn't work. There was nothing that you could do to open it. What if the second bunker door within Bunker 11 actually leads to this huge connecting series of tunnels, which they referenced in the intel, that connects Building 21 to the Koshai complex? And that's how canonically we could get to Bunker 11 and in theory get to Verdansk within Modern Warfare Warfare 2. I think there is just way too much coincidence to have an item related to Verdansk be in here that is absolutely useless apart from being a trade item to get a gun screen. Like, just that in itself is such a huge amount of effort for such a small, useless item that has such a significance to Verdansk. It just doesn't make sense that that is its only purpose. This isn't the only recent discussion there's been about Verdansk in Modern Warfare 2. About a month or two ago, there were discussions by COD leakers over on Twitter that there were ideas for a potential revisit to Verdansk happen during a in-game event, perhaps to reveal this year's COD 2023 game, but apparently those ideas have now been scrapped. So if those are true, then that means they have at least toyed with the idea of it in some capacity already, but I truly do believe that we will see Verdansk in some capacity in this game. It was such a massive, important part of the original Modern Warfare experience, and even if we look at the new Spec Ops mission that was added, there is a intel which shows an image of Hidir where he's written the word Verdansk and then the date that Modern Warfare 2019 released, as well as the date in-game to where he and the rest of Al-Qatala invaded Verdansk, foreshadowing that he is Al-Assad and that is what happened, but also just to reference the fact that Verdansk is still relevant to the Modern Warfare storyline. But at this point, to me, I'm fairly convinced that they want to bring Verdansk back at some point, and this is just the slow way of teasing it, because why on else would they have a Bunker 11 keycard, which is the biggest reference to Verdansk we've seen yet existing in Modern Warfare 2, and does nothing but serve as a useless barter recipe item? It just doesn't make sense. What I think a lot of people, even including myself, don't realize that DMZ is actually building up a fairly deep storyline as the seasons go on, where loads of the maps are littered with different pieces of intel. And one of the most interesting things that you can find on the Koshai complex is the story of a young Russian scientist called Sergei, who a little while back was sent with a group of scientists and engineers to a secret bunker to conduct a secret program, and not until after he realized that this job was to develop the most advanced computer in the USSR and in the world. It would be powered by a new intelligence system, taking advantage of algorithms the world had never heard of. And with the help of the newly designed intelligence system, it could be applied to a variety of disciplines, such as helping with rocket science and the aerospace industry, and they decided to name it M550. Now, within the Alpha Cluster section of the complex, there are tons of servers. There's racks of servers which we connect AQ laptops up to, and it's really evident that both Al-Qatala and the cartel want to get their hands on it, because we fight those AI within the Alpha Cluster, and there's another entry where government closed down their lab, and Sergei describes this M550 being able to catch up with the rest of computation technology within the West, and it could have changed the world. So to preserve the data within this supercomputer, he saved a copy of the algorithm that was ordered to be deleted, and he stored it in a safe place. He scribbled on the walls with radiation, leaving marks that lead to the safe room, and if anyone can discover it, they'll hopefully may unravel the secrets and let M550 live again. Now, to me, this seems like an Easter egg that is actually going to be hidden within the complex, whether it's there right now or if it's going to be added in the future. But the overall storyline of DMZ is incredibly wide, and who knows if that would span beyond just what we see right now, as all the DMZ deployment zones are labeled as defense research centers, and they're all connected by tunnels, including Building 21, that could all be leading to a massive reveal of the fact that Bunker 11 in Verdansk survived and is also part of the DMZ storyline. But let me know what you think below. Do you think this is just a throwback to Verdansk, or could this actually be leading to Verdansk coming back in some way? I don't think it makes sense for it in BR, but in DMZ, I truly think the world is their oyster. They can do whatever they want.